Hey guys, Trav here. We're on trail. They call me Shrug. In this series, we are going to be discussing backpacking 150 miles on the Appalachian Trail from the arch at Amicalola Falls State Park all the way to the Nantahala Outdoor Center in North Carolina. Alright, let's get after it. Initially, this project just started out as a vlog. I was just going to document my day-by-day adventure throughout the course of my hike, and I was just going to publish that. As I was putting it together, I decided that it would be valuable to provide some present-day context, retrospect, hindsight to the events as they took place. I wanted to provide that context so there can be like an educational component to this series. I wanted to show people how I went about doing what I did, and maybe they can apply those tips, tricks, and techniques to how they want to approach their outdoor pursuits. Or you can avoid what I did entirely and not go down the same path that I did. Don't make the same mistakes that I did. Either way. For this series, a lot of the information that I'm going to be putting out is going to be Appalachian Trail specific. But a lot of this you can apply to any other long distance trail or any other backpacking trip or outdoor excursion that you plan to go on. The first thing that we're going to talk about today is travel logistics to get to the beginning of the Appalachian Trail. See, the Appalachian Trail Conservancy suggests that all through hikers start at the arch at Amicalola Falls State Park. So that's what I wanted to do as well. I approached this very much like a through hike. No set schedule, just the time frame that I had allotted. The fastest, most efficient way to get to Amicalola Falls from anywhere in the country is you're going to have to fly into ATL. Alright? Now, to get from ATL to the state park, you have to understand nobody is going to pick you up from ATL. Okay? That airport is the universe's way of punishing humans for flying. Now, Atlanta does have a rail system, right? Like if you're from the Midwest, and if you're from Chicago or anywhere in the Midwest, they'll call it the L train, right? It's the subway in New York, it's the subway in Los Angeles. In Atlanta, they call it the MARTA, right? It's an abbreviation for something. What you want to do is you want to get on the red line of the MARTA and you want to go north. And you want to go as far north as you can. And you want to get to the Sandy Springs stop. You should not have any difficulty finding a shuttle driver to pick you up from Sandy Springs, right? There's a number of resources out there. The Far Out app is super useful. The AT guide by AWOL, the print form, also very useful. And there's websites like the Trek that also have blogs that have shuttle drivers and their contact information, people that will pick you up from a hotel and take you to the state park. I do highly recommend that you contact your shuttle driver at least a week or two in advance and work out your travel arrangements as to where they're going to pick you up, where they're going to take you to, and when they're going to be able to fulfill that. And the really cool thing about the shuttle drivers that service the Appalachian Trail and the various stops on it is a lot of them, like if they are busy, they have recommendations of other people that you can call to get a hold of to fulfill the duties that you need. I think I went through 3 people before I got the shuttle driver that was able to do it on the day that I wanted to go hiking. So if at first you don't succeed, try again. All of them will provide recommendations, and eventually you'll find somebody that's going to be able to take care of you. So with that said, we're going to go ahead and get this started on day 1. I hope you guys like the content that I'm attempting to produce here. Throughout the course of this series, I think you'll find that my video skills definitely improved throughout the duration of my backpacking trip, and my video editing skills are still fairly remedial, so bear with me as I hopefully get better at this. Until then, here's a terrible transition. Alright, we are at the Comfort Inn in Roswell, Georgia, and I'm being picked up by Survivor Dave is the shuttle driver's name. He's quite the character, from what I've spoken to him anyway. And tomorrow is day 1 of the Appalachian Trail. We're going to Amicalola Falls State Park, doing the 8-mile approach trail, and then to Springer Mountain and the official southern terminus of the AT. So yeah, last night sleeping in a building should be a lot of fun. It's also worth pointing out that Georgia is a very, very humid place, and I am a very, very northern person, and I do not like it. But the day should be warm and the night should be warm, so at the very least we've got that going for us, I suppose. But yeah, I am not a fan of this humidity. Here's some signage that you typically see at most of the trailheads, and, you know, Amicalola Falls is no exception. They do have, here's some information, you know, about how far you're going to walk, and here's the arch, you know, pretty iconic. And then, here we go. Here's a picture of this jackass. Let's just go ahead and fix that right quick. There we go. Much better. All right. Trying to not look too much like a tourist here, but there's the arch. We're here. It's time to get this thing underway. A lot of planning, a lot of waiting has led up to this moment, and I'm pretty stoked. But this is it, man. This is the beginning of the thing. I'm a terrible photographer. Number 1, I definitely look like a tourist in this video. 100%. Number 2, I am incredibly overpacked for what I hope to achieve. And number 3, I am completely unprepared for what I think I'm going to achieve as well. The first landmark that you come up to on the approach trail is about 50 yards past the arch, and that is the Max Epperson Trail Shelter. And this shelter is actually designated for through hikers only, people that intend on doing the entirety of the Appalachian Trail. Alright, did anybody notice that I had a different shirt on in that last clip? That was recorded last night, but whatever, we'll get past that. Anyway, first thing I want to talk about right here, these stairs, okay? 425 of them. They are just as bad and every bit awful as anything you'll read about them, and even worse with a pack on. Hard stop. That being said, you do get rewarded with some wonderful views once you make it to the top. Once you make it to the top of the falls, you are rewarded with some really nice views, and you also get to partake in a 7-mile hike all the way up to Springer Mountain. Alright, we are fully into the approach trail. It's about, I got about 7 miles, give or take. ETA to Springer Mountain, sign said it takes about 6 hours to get there, so 6:30, 7 o'clock probably, give or take. It said average hike time, whatever that means. But I'm in the shade mostly, which is really nice because it's definitely hot and the humidity is still oppressively unpleasant. It's kind of a weird thing to find in the middle of the woods. Midday break. It's 2 in the afternoon. I've gone 6 miles. And I'm definitely out of shape and I'm sore. And that's about all I got as far as updates go. It's just been pretty slow, but there's a lot of people out in the woods and it's, you know, Memorial Day weekend, so I guess that sort of thing's to be expected. Yeah, I'm gonna get back after it here in a few. This is what's referred to as a blue blaze. It is a marking that is used on the trail to indicate that you are on a side trail. You are not on the main Appalachian Trail, or AT. The AT, the main trail, is marked with a white blaze, and here is the first white blaze on top of Springer Mountain, along with some commemorative plaques indicating the very beginning of the AT, or the southern terminus of the Appalachian Trail. Alright, so just ended the day there with just some like B-roll footage of me heating up water. You know, nothing too terribly exciting. Day 1 ended at the Springer Mountain Shelter, and that was about 8.7 miles grand total for the day, doing the approach trail, and then just a tiny little smidge of the AT there right after Springer Mountain. All in all, it was a really rad experience. The stairs were hard. Springer Mountain was hard, but you do get some wonderful views. The falls were really nice, and all in all, I would definitely recommend it. If I was going to do it again, I'd probably skip the stairs. That said, that's it for day 1, and next episode we will go on to day 2, full bore, full steam ahead on the Appalachian Trail. We'll see you guys later.